I'm Carly Steele here at South by Southwest in partnership with Kinolime, talking to some of the festival's top storytellers all about their filmmaking process and how they broke into the industry. Let's make movies together. So I'm with Aristotle Torres, director, co-writer of Story F. Congratulations, premiered here at the festival. How was the response?
Oh, it's been surreal. It's been a blessing, you know, to be able to share a story that's so close to me, personally, professionally, creatively. It's a blessing to share it and get people's feedback on it.
Amazing. Jamie Foxx, I understand, is a producer on it.
That's the big brother. That's my big homie. He read my script. He was so supportive. Him and his partner, Datari, they've been like an amazing team and a support system. I'm so creatively protected.
That's incredible. Now, what was your inspiration for this movie? Tell me about the process from script to screen.
Yeah, so my inspiration, you know, I grew up in the Bronx, artist, obviously, you know, and I think...
Got that style.
Yeah. But, you know, I just know what it feels like to be alone, to feel like you're meant for something greater. You know, family, the family you choose versus the one you're born into, and how that can kind of be a fork in the road in your life. So, you know, I just wanted to make something that was authentic to my community, and something that, you know, hopefully someone can see this movie and see themselves in it.
That's incredible. What was the biggest challenge in getting this film made?
Oh my God, it was a challenge. Movies are really hard. Worth it, but very, very hard. You know, it's all a challenge. I think, you know, my film is very authentic. Like I said, you know, it's about, you know, black and brown characters from the Bronx, you know, so that in itself is a bit of a sell for people, you know. So, you know, everything from financing to crewing up, it's all been a journey, but everything, I know it's a cliche, but everything happens for a reason, like it really does. And now I'm in a position where I have the best cast I could have ever asked for, the best producers, just a really great support system.
Talk about the process in getting it financed. Like, how were you able to do that? Because a lot of people, a lot of screenwriters are like, oh my God, how do I do that?
Yeah, I mean, I had a little bit of a serendipitous path just because, you know, I have representation, right? So I have people who can help me. But as someone who's always been really scrappy and DIY my whole life, you know, I made the short version of this, you know, and that was self-financed. But, you know, I think it's just about like, you know, not being worried so much about like the quality, but telling an emotional story, you know, and being resourceful with what you have, you know. But I think, you know, the best thing to do is like being able to really articulate your intention, having really specific visual references. So that way when you have conversations with potential financiers, even if they don't see all the nuance and detail of your story, there's at least something there that they can hold on to and at least start a dialogue with you. So I would say that's really important.
No, that's really cool. I mean, it's so hard for screenwriters and filmmakers, especially independent. We're here at South by Southwest celebrating independent filmmakers, which is really cool. But there's definitely a lack of transparency in the industry with how you get things made if you don't have a community, you don't have connections, you don't have mentorship, which is actually why I partnered with Kinolime as a screenwriter, because you can submit your scripts, they can get voted by the audience, and then the ones that get voted to the top will be made. And they're going to make 2 or 3 a year, which is sick. Like, is that something you would love to do, or do you think that's going to be really helpful for screenwriters?
Of course. I mean, I'm such an advocate of sharing my knowledge and my connections. You know, I think hoarding knowledge is not true artistry. You know, so I'm all about empowering the people behind me to help make their path a little bit easier than mine was. So that's a huge inspiration for me.
And you can get diverse voices, like people can rise to the top. We can find the scripts that are diamonds in the rough that otherwise might not have had those opportunities.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Really, what do you hope people will take away from your film in terms of a message?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I want people to take away from it is just perspective of you know, seeing people like these in the street and maybe judging them, prejudging them, not realizing that there is that diamond in the rough, there is that needle in the haystack, there is that really special person. And not that it even takes a person to be special in order to be empathetic or caring, but, you know, I just want people to be a little bit more understanding. I think at the end of the day, we're all trying to survive, we're all struggling, and I think the more that we can understand each other, not only through our interpersonal relationships, but through our art, the better the world would be.
Well, to that point, what do you think about ChatGPT and how that can impact screenwriters and storytellers?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too familiar on GPT. I do know about it. I think, I think technology is always scary. Innovation's always scary. Change is scary, right? That's like a human instinct.
Yeah.
But cream always rises to the top, and I'm sure that all those brilliant writers out there will find a way to make it resourceful for them and make something great.
Do you remember the first time? Is this your first? This isn't your first project you've got made, or is it?
This is my first feature film.
First feature film, but you've done shorts before.
I've done 4 shorts. I've done a ton of commercials and music videos, but first feature.
What was the hardest thing about breaking into the industry?
Yeah, I think it's just about like perception. So coming from commercial and music video, which is so visually motivated, a narrative storytelling, it's emotional, and it's crafting performance. So it's just about like making sure people really believe that you can take that on and you can do it with grace and you can do it with nuance. Working with actors is a skill within itself. Being able to articulate your intention to department heads is a skill within itself. So I think it's just about getting people to believe that. But once you do, you ride it out.
Well, I believe in you, and everything you're doing is awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for taking the time to hang out with us here at the festival.
Absolutely.
I know it's busy for you, but blessings and, excited for everything you've got going on.
Thank you so much, and congratulations to you.
Thank you. Pleasure.
Word.